So Andrew Tiffany, you never thought you'd make it to Winners Wednesday.
No, it's been a rough year, but it's.
I even invited you on Losers on a Tuesday.
I thought it was Loser Thursdays. I thought I just missed that one.
Loser Thursday. Winners Wednesday is for people that are winners, and I know you've not felt like a winner. Like seriously, I've probably felt like a loser on the property front.
Yeah, in terms of relative to other people's in the academy's success,
Yeah.
It's always hard seeing everyone else absolutely kill it on the front, and then you kind of thinking, hang on, I'm putting as much effort, and I'm not getting the results.
Yeah. But do you know when you see like Winners Wednesdays, you see people killing it in property and all the testimonials and the stories. It's supposed to be inspiring. Do you think that for some people, it's demoralising?
Absolutely, yeah. There's a lot of jealousy and envy that goes into that as well, because you want to be in that position and you just don't quite know. You feel that you're doing all the right things, but you just can't quite get to that level.
Yeah.
So absolutely, I think you watch it and you feel a bit pushed out.
Yeah, you finally have become a winner, or at least what I define as a winner, which is great. Like I know you've made $9,000 in the last 3 months, and you're doing really well. Got a joint venture deal.
That's right, yeah.
Which we'll go on to, but it wasn't an easy journey for you.
No.
It took a long time. Talk us through the journey.
So from the very, very start, I started the academy in middle of May, end of May.
It's like a year ago now.
Yeah, it's a year ago.
Over.
Yeah, that's right. So I joined when you did the Deal Find Extravaganza course.
Yeah.
And as a result of going to that course, I actually lost my job because I took unpaid leave and they wouldn't allow it. So I kind of already raised.
So you got fired
Yeah.
as a result of going on the DFA.
Correct.
That's insane.
I know. But in the corporate world, working 9 till 5, you don't own your own time. It's just simple as that.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. You know, like, you have to beg for your own. Going to the doctors, anything. It's a controversial issue that seems to be a massive issue.
So you're now in a situation where you're jobless, and you've just gone into debt. Because if you remember, I might misremember this, but when you wanted to join the academy, I'm pretty sure we told you no.
Correct. Yeah.
Because we said you can't afford it, you're a loser. No, sorry, not a loser. but we just said, you know, it's probably not the best thing for you to do. And you
That's right.
and you went and got a loan out to pay for the training we didn't tell you to do that. And
you forced me. Good point.
and then you got a loan out which we didn't even know about, and then you came back and I think I remember you showing me the money in the account and saying,
That's
look, I've got it now. And then we found out that you'd got a loan and stuff. And at that point, you probably thought, I'm on the academy, I'm with Samuel, who's got the Midas touch, he's got the magic wand to success, I'm going to do rent-to-rents, I'm going to kill it, I'm going to make a load of money,
Yeah.
and you went out and you did put the effort in,
Yeah.
but what happened?
So initially, you get bombarded with all the strategies, rent-to-rent, lease options, everything, so you just go and cream it. You have no idea what you want to do. You don't really... I didn't take the time to really evaluate my position currently and then make a full long-term strategy towards that.
Yeah.
What I did is I took all the information and tried implementing all of it in parallel whilst working a full-time job.
Yeah.
I've not quite lost my job at that point. It was further down the line when we went through. So essentially, what happened was I took all the strategies, tried to implement it, and it just went completely wrong.
How did it go wrong?
First of all, it was just a case of time management was a massive issue. Working a full-time job 9 to 5 and trying to do rent lease.
You said that to me before, actually. I remember you saying just a minute ago that when you lost your job, you thought, I'm gonna have loads of time now.
Yeah.
But then did you get another job?
Basically, when I came onto the course, I lost my job, and then from there, I thought to myself, I watched David Now's watching Nate's speech actually. And he goes on about define a bigger picture, all the motivational stuff, and it's quite a common thing across all motivational speeches, having a big picture, working towards something. My property, I want to be in property. I thought this is where I want to be. So I thought I'm going to be an estate agent. So the first thing I did, I had 2 weeks to find a job. I was living month to month. Me and my partner had bought a place literally 2 months before. In terms of debt, we were really stretched financially. So
you're like stretched out in debt,
Yeah.
and you've not got a job.
Yeah.
Wanting to get a job as an estate agent,
Yeah.
You are on the academy,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah.
Then what?
So I decided I was going to try and do whatever I could to get into property. So I thought, how can I use my skills that I've already got to get me into property? I'd already qualified as an electrician and then went further into an office job. I thought maybe I can take a step back, get back involved in tools.
Yeah.
That will give me access to a power network, get access to all the trades again, meet some good people, and essentially work for myself and manage my own time.
Yeah.
So I rung up my cousin, Rob, and I spoke to him for a long time. Not really close in that way. Fantastic guy, really helped me out in a bad spot. So thanks for that, Rob. And I rang him and I said, I'll work free for 1 month for you. If I'm good, take me on.
That's a cool thing to do. That's a cool thing to do.
It was uncomfortable because I knew in that month, if I didn't perform,
Yeah.
I would have been broke. So when I took the job, performed really well, Rob took me on, and then started subcontracting for him. So I thought, right, now I'm subcontracting, work for myself. I thought I'm going to have my own time, I can work. Completely opposite. I had less time, I had a really irrational working routine. So all of a sudden I had this 9 to 5, which I thought was hard enough in terms of managing your time, when it's quite a standard structure really. It's working 8 in the morning till 9 at night, having no time whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it's quite, it was the inverse of what I thought, so all these learning curves were coming about, I just need to be gotten
So you're
further
now
and further.
working for yourself at this
Yeah.
point, but you're working more hours, probably for less money.
Yeah, exactly.
The property thing is just becoming a dream.
Yep.
You're still trying to do rent to rents?
Yep, so the agreement was with my cousin, because he's only a one-man band, he would just cover my expenses, as my living expenses, my mortgage, etc.
Yeah.
And the idea was the rent to rent would then give me an extra income to top that up to a manageable level.
Right, which is a great idea,
Yeah,
but did it work?
no.
Why not?
Again, the time, I'm quite a stickler for the numbers. The deals weren't stacking
Yeah.
as I wanted them. Sometimes I get to the very end and there'd be something, just something that won't get the rent to rent deals quite over the line. It wasn't really fitting in with my life.
The thing is though, I just want to pull you on that because there's a few things that went wrong, wasn't there? There was a legal issue. And you said you almost felt like the whole serviced accommodation system is flawed.
Well, originally it was rent to rent on HMOs. It was using Katrina Jones's model
Right.
on the rent to rents. So I went essentially hardcore on her model first.
Yeah.
So I won't go into obviously the details because that's Katrina's material. But essentially what happened is I really worked hard at that route specific and then moved into rent to rent service accommodation after
Okay.
5 months of implementing.
So with the rent to rents, I know a lot went wrong.
Yep.
What were the key categories that went wrong? So firstly, is the numbers just didn't stack.
The numbers weren't stacking for me. I was quite a stickler in terms of I wanted everything to be very. I wasn't used to negotiating.
Yeah.
That was another thing you come across. You need to be able to sort of take what they're saying and not just assume what you're saying is 100% what's going to be. You have to be lenient, compromise on certain things, and be able
Yeah.
to negotiate. I found that quite hard.
Okay.
Um,
So sometimes the numbers weren't stacking, but sometimes you felt like you just weren't able to negotiate with the landlord, and he wasn't dropping.
yeah, it was quite hard to
give you the
get
profits.
numbers to work.
Did the numbers ever work on any of the deals that you did?
Yeah.
And then what went wrong?
Things were just, when it comes to the landlord would either pull out for whatever reason, they'd either decided they want to go a different way or someone else had come in, but a lot of the time it was just essentially the numbers to start with.
Yeah.
But the deals, for some reason or another, it always just seemed to 2 or 3 they just dropped off the deal.
Did you feel like you almost had the kiss of death over deals?
Yeah, I suppose you could say that.
Did you blame yourself? Did you blame the system? Did you blame the training? Like, what wasn't working?
A lot of things. I think it's hard to completely put it down to one thing, but
Yeah.
I just thought I had this ideal image of what was going on. I've been really successful doing other things, doing rent to rents. Just couldn't see where I was going wrong, so I blamed myself, I blamed the training, I blamed everything. I hated everyone. I just thought.
And you said to me, I remember you saying to me, this doesn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work for me in Leeds. I just couldn't make it.
And that was the other thing you said. You said Leeds doesn't work.
Yeah,
It was
I mean-
like you were hitting your head off a brick wall.
That's right.
So then what
absolutely.
happened?
So after a while of implementing the rent to rents on specific HMOs, it was around November last year. I just had enough, and I thought I need a bit of time out. I'm doing compromising relationships, and I'm not in any money. I'm completely saturated financially because at this point my income was coming in was just covering expenses. I wasn't having to live. I was essentially eating jam and peanut butter sandwiches for a living. Just to get by. Food was becoming an issue. Like in terms of like, I wasn't being able to afford dinners while at work. So like sort of £3, £4.
So you were skint.
Yeah, I was skint.
And probably massively regretting the day that you met me.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The villain Samuel Lee.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. But I did become the villain at this point, right?
Yeah.
It's because now you're thinking, I was in a pretty bad situation.
Yeah.
But then I came to the crash course. I lost my job.
Yep.
I then went into debt to pay for the academy, which isn't working.
Yep.
And now I'm in a worse off place than I was.
Exactly.
Thanks a bunch.
Yep.
And you became, you know, an unhappy person really for a bit.
Yeah. So from November, I had a bit of I stepped away from property. I really hated it. I thought I'm going to quit. I just don't want anything to do with it. Everyone's this dream, and everyone makes it look so easy. And I was like, this is not how it is. It's a disaster.
And as an academy member, that's pretty severe to feel like that.
Yeah, and I'm not a very vocal person, so I kept it to myself. I didn't really sort of voice it.
No, you didn't go around, you know, trying to ruin it. Because there's one thing having your own dream feel like it's crushed, but then some people take that and try and crush everyone's dream.
Yeah.
It's not worked for me, therefore I'm going to try and crush everyone else's dream and try and. You didn't do that.
No.
But you just kind of inwardly took it and felt, you know, not necessarily depressed, but you went through a bit of a breakdown.
Yeah, definitely. I was despondent with it all. I thought I just want to. Then I couldn't see a way of getting back out of the position I was in.
Yeah.
I thought I really need to sort of take this subcontracting to another level.
Yeah.
So basically, from November to December, I kind of just let go of everything, just worked relentlessly, and it was just a bit of a blur, to be honest, to that point. I just kind of got on my life and just went through the motions of it almost.
Yeah.
Came to January and I thought, right, rent's rent, I know everything about it, I know the numbers, and I know there's not a lot of people doing service accommodation. I've not seen much about it. I've seen lots of apartments and thought, people, maybe I'll try and implement the model rent to rent service accommodation.
Okay.
Which I think previously mentioned. So then I thought, right, fantastic, right, we're in. So I started getting deals, and there were deals everywhere, and I thought, right, great. So suddenly came to a point with a couple of deals that we're getting to signing, and came across an aspect of the rent to rent service accommodation that's a bit of a grey area within the industry, and that's the mortgage conditions. Yeah. So essentially, most rent to rents, I'm assuming, within the industry, are probably done the rent to rent within the industry are not done completely correct in terms of mortgage, because everything has to go on an AST with a 6-month tenancy. Yeah. Whereas you can't satisfy that with service accommodation.
A lot of people that do rent to rents, for sure, that they cut corners.
Yeah.
And I know that the way we teach it properly.
Yeah.
Which makes it harder.
Yeah, absolutely.
It makes
so you
it
have
harder.
to have a correct mortgage.
Yeah.
But in general buy-to-let, you can't retrospectively add a rent-to-rent model to a buy-to-let.
So you've got to either get permission, you've got to get a property that's got no mortgage.
Yes.
It limits what you can do.
Humongously.
Then there's also insurance, there's head lease that you need to check.
Yeah.
So you start now hitting your head off a brick wall on the legal problem.
Yeah.
And how did that make you feel?
Yeah, I was just used to, at this point, it kind of just felt normal the lack of success just felt normal.
Failing became normal.
It just became like the standard thing. I was like, right, okay, whatever. It is what it is.
Oh, that's shocking.
But it's weird because I started to not feel it. It didn't hurt like it did originally.
Okay.
So I started to build up a bit of a tolerance, almost resilience, I guess.
A tolerance to failure.
Yeah, it sounds awful, doesn't it?
It kind of does, but then at the same time, every successful person will always have had failures.
Yep.
And if you can't take failure, if you can't take being told no, if you can't take a deal falling through, then you probably shouldn't be in the business.
Yeah.
Now you, for an academy member for sure, went through a considerable more amount of hardships and failures than many do. Maybe it was a combination of your time that you could commit to it, a bit of luck, a few different things. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But it was harder. But you've got to be able to take that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And push through it. Now at this point, you're now messaging me, sending me threatening. Not quite threatening, just really arsey messages, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know, oh, do you even know my name? You know, I'm on the academy. You know, really not.
That is like for like. That's exactly what I sounded like as well.
But you weren't happy with me at all at that point.
No, yeah, definitely.
You felt like you'd been almost like sold a dream, left out to burn in the desert.
I think because everyone's circumstances are different. Relative to me, the academy course was a life. You know, it was like a humongous stretch.
Yeah.
So I felt it really hard. And
Yeah.
It wasn't just like a casual. Oh, I can just put it down to money, a bit of money. I'll spend that on a car, for example. For me, it felt like everything.
This is this is the most money you've ever spent on anything, and it has to work.
Yeah.
And it's not, and you're now feeling desperate and angry and frustrated.
Absolutely.
And I know, you know, my advice to people generally, because you know, on the academy I say this because you're awesome, but sometimes people message me, not on the academy or off the academy or whatever, and they want my help, and I'll say, look, we've like on the academy we've got weekly Q&A sessions, we've got monthly coaching calls. I run the 2-day accelerated coaching mentoring program. Come on down, you know, and I know you did eventually. You came down to the accelerated coaching and mentoring program with myself.
Right. Yeah.
2 days.
2 days. Yeah.
Pretty intimate.
Yeah, very intimate.
And how was it?
Yeah, that was. We've skipped quite a bit there because that was quite recently. So that was like a couple of weeks ago in terms of the events, which is fantastic.
But that's when I know that was when. Okay, we'll go chronological. So now you're a bit disillusioned with property in general.
Yeah.
Rent to rent, you're thinking at this point you don't want to do rent to rent at all. Then what?
So essentially, what happened at that point, I thought, right, I'm just implementing strategies mindlessly. I need to re-evaluate my circumstances currently, where I'm at, and then go from strategy from there, which I've not done previously. I just gone out in terms of what it's passive income. I can work from the beach and, you know, everything be earning X amount of money a month. Yeah. So from there, I re-evaluated everything. I thought, I'm an electrician. I work for myself. I'm in properties every day, doing refurb work. I don't have much time because of the irrational work patterns. I need something that fits in with that. So sourcing came about.
Yeah.
I can put as much time as I need to. I don't have to be tied to it if I don't want to. I can carry on being an electrician, and I can use that to do work when I source the property as well. So I can find the two, bring it into one.
So you basically found, because there's obviously a lot of different strategies within property, you've been banging on with rent to rents, albeit different types of rent to rents, but hounding rent to rents, and then you almost just thought, actually, maybe if I try one of the other strategies, this could fit in more with my lifestyle. I'm in houses, I know about refurbs, maybe I could find good refurb opportunities, buy refurbished refinance opportunities. I can't buy myself, I'm absolutely skint, but I can put them up with investors. Okay, so then what?
So essentially, I got to work straight away on it. I just thought, as did with everything else, just went all in. Thought, I'm absolutely broken, I've got nothing to lose. Fantastic, let's do this. So I started sourcing. A lot, sort of working as much as I could, and then any downtime I had, any spare hours, I would source. View properties, and track everything. I just started selling the deals. So the original plan was, originally when I started the academy, do a year's plan. But I think when you start the academy, depending on your position, if you're already involved in property, a year's forecast might make sense. When you're very first, if you've got no knowledge, I think quarterly makes much more sense.
Yeah, sure.
Because it changes so quick.
Yeah.
Rent to rent, you know. And then, so basically, I'd did my next quarter plan, and the plan was, which was up till June, was to source one property a month. So when I started, it was sort of March, April, May, so that sort of time. So that quarter was one property a month, which I've done. So I sourced one property a month.
So since then, you've found a property a month, and passed it on, and got a fee for it.
Yep.
So how did you mentioned that you're an electrician, so that's how you're finding properties. You're looking at properties in Leeds.
Yep.
How did you find the investors?
It's an interesting one. So I actually had no investors whatsoever when I got the first deal.
Yeah.
I just got it, put an offer in, and got accepted. I was like, right, this is interesting. And now it's found an investor. I've got a deal. Can't buy it. I really would like to, because the numbers are absolutely unbelievable.
Mate, if you say the numbers are unbelievable, they really are. Because you're one of the most pessimistic, conservative,
The contingency.
Yeah,
The contingency.
you
has to
are,
be there,
and that's
100%.
one of the reasons why your rent to rents were so rubbish was because you did worst case on everything,
Yeah.
which is not a bad thing to do.
No.
But having worst case glasses on the management fees, the maintenance, the occupancy rates, worst.
Yeah.
Suddenly, a good deal can look bad.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So-
So you kind of like you say, you can kind of talk yourself out of a deal, and that's
Yeah.
what I was doing. And I thought, oh, I'm a bit negative towards that. No, you have to walk away.
But
from
then
it.
when you did the stress test on the buy, refurbish, refinance deals, even worst case on everything, you're still looking at some really good deals.
Yeah.
So what were the numbers on the first property that you found?
So the first one was what the purchase price was. It was advertised at 45.
45,000.
Yes, it was 45,000.
How much you get accepted?
So because he wanted a cash sale, wanted a quick sale, 39.5, but it's just under the stamp duty barrier.
Okay, so 39,500.
Yep.
Refurb costs
Refurb cost 10,000,
10,000. So all in, you're talking 50,000.
50,000.
And then how much is the new value?
The new value is 68,000.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Mate, respect, fist pump. That's a good deal.
Yeah.
That's like such a good deal. How much did you sell that deal for?
3,000.
3,000 is a steal.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a no-brainer.
Then you did it again the following month. Another similar deal.
Yeah, similar deal.
Different investor.
Different investor, yeah.
Another 3,000 in your bank.
Another 3,000.
Following month. Another deal.
Another deal.
Another 3,000 in your bank.
Another 3,000.
So now, on top of your electrician job,
Yeah.
in fact, not even a job, because I know you've now systemised it a little bit, and now it's more of a business.
Yeah.
Still working hard. It's a business.
Very, very hard, yeah.
Good. Should be in the early days of a business. But on top of that, you've been consistently making £3,000 a month profit a month by finding good properties. Mate, that's a massive... You now deserve to be a winner on a Wednesday, bro. I mean, I was going to get you on losers on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
But
fully booked.
how can I book you on losers Tuesday when you've been making £3,000 a month consistently? Like that's a story, man. That's a story, man. At this point, though, you still hadn't done your coaching with me,
No.
which comes towards the end of the
Yes.
academy.
Yeah, correct.
So we're back on chronological order.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Even though you introduced me to the idea, you introduced me to all the strategies, I didn't put the success down to kind of, I felt a bit angry towards the academy in general, obviously, because I had such a bad rough time.
So even though you're making £3,000 a month, and be honest with me, the stuff that you were making £3,000 a month from, was that because of the academy?
Definitely, because I would never been exposed to the concept of sourcing.
But even though you're making £3,000 a month part time because of my training, you still think I'm a dick.
Massive.
At this
You missed
point-
out the massive part at the front.
At this point, you're still not a fan.
No, I think it was just obviously because
It's so
the hatred
funny.
had sat inside there
For so long.
Yeah, and it just So obviously I'm not seeing
That's
you.
so funny.
I'm not seeing- It's like when you relationship, you just don't. You're just there, isn't it? It just exists, So
Yeah, because at this point, I guess, although you're doing well now, in your mind, yeah, you're still thinking, I lost my job, I was in debt, I was having beans on toast, I was almost homeless because of this bad decision which Samuel told me to do, although I kind of didn't, but still, I'd still, even if I hadn't directly said you should do this, you'd been sold on the idea because of me. So you still got a little bit of hatred towards me.
Yeah.
What happened on those 2 days?
just you came and different when you see someone, isn't it? So you were in person, you delivered a really, really good 2 days. First day, got to meet all your academy members again, caught up and everything. You delivered some fantastic content.
What's the success rate on the academy?
Very high.
You've been through it. You've seen it.
I think as well, it's also just the mindset change as well. That's just the priceless part.
Yeah.
That for me personally is the.
But you saw it as well. In that room, there was only one person that hadn't done a deal. One person. And that person who hasn't done a deal will do a deal in the next couple of months.
It's inevitable, like you said, because you've got all the ammunition.
But you've got to turn up.
Yeah.
Because we can't track success from people unless they're actually showing up. So,
If you invest in the academy and you don't show up, then you shouldn't be on it. You have to
No.
be 100%. If you're not 100%,
even if
will.
you show up with a long face and a hatred heart, like you did, you know what I mean? You're still showing up. You still got to show up. Otherwise, how can you expect to get
Yeah.
results? It's like being a gym member
Yeah.
with the best personal trainer in the world, but then when he turns up to your house, not letting him in.
Yeah.
You've got to let the personal trainer in the
Again,
house.
yeah, it's the same thing. It's just the emotion of something you can't let that consume. You've still got to look at the facts.
Yeah.
And be driven by them.
Yeah.
You're not consumed by that initial emotion, that knee-jerk reaction.
So when did you turn from, I don't know, really like Simon, he's a bit of a dick, to actually, you know what, he's changed my life for the better and I'm grateful?
That's not happened yet. No, yeah, to be honest, it was, again, after seeing you at the course for 2 days, and, you know, you really hit home that mindset, and, you know, we had a really, really good 2 days. Everyone in that room was like, you know, everyone walked out different.
Yeah.
Very much like the crash course, actually.
Yeah.
You come to the crash course, when you're very first there, when I was there, I just, for me, it was like a switch, and at that moment, it was possible to have this amazing lifestyle.
Because the thing is, I think perception is everything. Like, you can look from your point of view, you could say, oh, I'm annoyed because I feel like I was made out to be easier than it was, I had hardships, it took me a long time to get. But then from the other angle, it's like, look, the Academy's a 12-month programme, I'm now towards the end of the Academy, and I'm making $3,000 a month on these deals.
Yeah.
I've learnt absolutely bucket loads, I've made loads of friends.
Yeah.
Like, depending on how you look at the side of the coin, depends on whether you're happy or not.
Absolutely.
But what happened? What did I ban you from doing? I didn't ban you from hating me, but I did ban you. When I looked over your deals, what did I ban you from doing?
Ever selling them again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more selling deals.
Yeah, no more selling.
I know you will still sell deals, but your main focus now needs to be what?
JV in them. Sort of obviously raising finance, or, you know, doing 50-50 JV.
You should be buying them yourself, man.
Yeah, agreed.
You should be buying them yourself. If you can find properties for 39 grand that need a 10 grand refurb, that are then going to be worth 65 grand, to pass that for 3 grand, you're selling yourself short.
Yeah.
So I told you, go find a joint venture and start doing I want to see 4 properties that you've bought yourself via a joint venture or raising finance term. And what happened today?
Got JV, secured a JV.
You got a joint venture! Woo! Respect, man. Which is just massive.
Yeah.
Massive. So what would your advice be? Because I told you when you came here, I said, keep this 1 billion% real.
Yeah.
You know, like, what would your advice be to someone who was maybe even on the Academy, or someone that has given it their all? They've paid money for training. Yeah. They've gone and sent the leaflets. They've knocked the doors. They're really trying, and they just feel like they're not getting anywhere. What would your advice be to them, as someone that was there yourself 6 months ago?
Yeah. So for me personally, obviously having that big picture to keep you going is the most important information you can ever do.
Yeah.
However, what I would say to people is be patient, engage in consistent action, and the most important thing is just be completely resilient.
Yeah.
They're the 3 things that kept me going. Like, being mentally strong. It doesn't matter how smart you are, whatever, as long as you engage in consistent action, be patient, and you're absolutely resilient. They're the only things that matter.
Powerful advice. Powerful advice. My advice, I'll add my 2 pennies to that, would be don't place blame.
Yeah.
Because when you didn't really, I know, but the thing is, when you stop placing blame, and mate, you're awesome, and your journey is so inspiring, and what you've done is incredible. And now you're a friend now. Yeah. You know, I consider you a friend. But I think when you place blame on other people or the economy or the system, it's never going to work. Yeah. But when you say, you know what, if someone's done it, I can do it. I'm not going to watch Winners Wednesday and be demotivated. I'm going to say, I'm going to do the same. Yeah. If anyone can do it, I can. And I think the second thing is show up. Yeah. You know.
Well, it's that goes without saying, really.
Yeah,
you've
show up.
You've got to put in the hours.
People say you got lucky because you happened to be here. Or you happened to, no. Andrew, you did not get lucky. No. You put yourself. You for such a time as this. You said, you know what? I'm an electrician. I'm going to use this strategy that suits where I am. Yeah. You know?
That's the most important thing. Don't do what everyone else is doing. Do what suits your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Do what fits in with you.
And which is what you learned. Yeah. You showed up in the training rooms. Yeah. You continually showing up with an attitude which is, I can do this. Consistent. Man, that's incredible. So, super proud of you.
Cheers.
Good to be friends, and thanks for not hating me anymore. I look forward to seeing you kill it, man.
Thanks a lot.